Shepard.
Rex.
Shepard.
Rex.
Shepard.
Rex.
Welcome back everyone to another retrospective video. I'm ShadoSpartan, and for this month we're checking out Mass Effect 1 from the Legendary Edition. Originally released in 2007 for the Xbox 360, developed by BioWare and published by Microsoft. Later on, EA would purchase BioWare and publish porting it to the PC and PlayStation 3. Finally, this Legendary Edition was just released May 14th, 2021, and comes with all of the DLC, except Pinnacle Station. But that's a good thing. This third-person action role-playing game is still fun after all these years. The story is great, the combat is alright, and the galaxy is still fun to explore. I had so much fun I did 3 playthroughs of it, and my third playthrough was on the hardest difficulty, Insanity. By then I had the best weapons and armor, which honestly wasn't a challenge. So definitely add this game to your wish list. As usual, we're going to go through the story, so spoiler warning, what I liked and disliked, and any funny or awkward moments that happened to me during my playthrough. Let's mass relay our way into this. Like I said before, I played through this 3 times. Instead of walking you through each of them, which would probably take this video over an hour, I'm going to talk about mostly my third playthrough, and only highlight major things that came up from the other 2. Especially with my second playthrough since I went full renegade on that one. So starting off, you create your own Shepard. You can choose the default male or female, or create your own. I did my best to recreate myself, but I did a horrible job. After that, you choose a little bit of your backstory. All it means is some dialogue will be a little different in-game, but it won't change anything major, so don't think too much of it. There are 6 classes to choose, but I only ever play Soldier. Then you're off. Admiral Hackett, Ambassador Udina, and Captain Anderson are all talking about Shepard, and choose him for something special. Then some text pops up about humanity discovering ancient alien technology on Mars, which led them to space travel. There's a lot of lore, such as the first Contact War, which was humans versus Turians, but I don't have time to get into that, so let's keep going. You are on board the Normandy, and first we meet the pilot Joker, who's voiced by Seth Green, and the biotic soldier Kaidan, who you might recognize from KOTOR.
A little bit touchy, are we? Is there something else you'd prefer I called you?
They talk about there's something more going on since a Spectre is on board.
They don't send Spectres on shakedown runs.
Captain Anderson, who's voiced by Keith David, sends for Commander Shepard.
I'm on my way.
You can talk to a couple of people. If you talk to Jenkins and Dr. Chakwas, whose voice also sounds familiar.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
Dang, so many familiar voice actors. I promise that's going to be it. Here you can get some Paragon or Renegade points. These are choices generally with being nice or a jerk.
You need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool, even under fire. Marines are meant to fight. You just fix us up when we're done.
You'll need these points to unlock more conversation options. Some might be needed for an impossible situation.
I'll tell Samesh. Next time you cut up a dead soldier, at least tell her husband the truth.
You go and meet with Nihilus first, and he talks to you.
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place.
Then Anderson shows up and tells you the truth about what's going on. You are on your way to pick up a beacon from the planet Eden Prime. The beacon is from an ancient civilization known as the Protheans. Also, Nihilus is here to watch Commander Shepard in action because the Alliance is pushing for a human to become the first human Spectre. However, a message comes through and it looks like Eden Prime is under attack.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Nihilus gets dropped off alone, while Shepard, Kaidan, and Jenkins gets dropped off elsewhere.
We've got his back, Captain.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
So this happens. Yep, Jenkins bit the bullet. Or laser in this case.
Rip right through his shields. We're out of chance.
You take out more drones and then come across another soldier, Ashley Williams. She thinks the enemy here are the Geth.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years.
I take her along since I'm a man down. We take out more Geth and make your way to the dig site.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp.
So you move into the camp and find these strange husks, easy to take out. I check one of the trailers and find 2 survivors. Dr. Warren tells me the beacon was moved to the spaceport. Manuel has lost his mind. If you want renegade points, you can do this.
The end is near. You can't.
Oh my god!
You make your way to the spaceport, but a cutscene plays of Nihilus. He encounters another Turian, Saren. They know each other, but Saren seems to have other plans. As you continue to the spaceport, you'll see this giant ship.
It's a ship! Look at the size of it!
There's also another trailer with 3 survivors, but not much to learn from them. Just foreshadowing.
It was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the damned, only it was coming from inside your own head.
They also mentioned they were running a little smuggling operation, so you can get some free stuff from them. You find Nihilus's body, then this dock worker comes out from hiding. His name is Pal, and says he saw Nihilus get shot in the back by Saren. Then tells you Saren went to the spaceport where the beacon is. You can talk about his smuggling ring to get a free weapon if you want, but it's not required. Fight some more Geth and make your way to the spaceport. The combat here is pretty simple. You have 4 types of weapons: an assault rifle, a sniper, a shotgun, and a pistol. You and your squad mates have powers to use as well. For example, Caden can lift enemies into the air. However, I rarely use these because my weapons were enough to take out any enemy. Plus I got used to 2 specific squad members, but I'll mention that later. Saren tells his Geth to set the charges, and then activates the beacon. So fight some more Geth and awkwardly disable the bombs. Once that's done, Williams decides to get too close to the beacon, so Shepard gets her out of the way and then sees some images. Then the beacon blows up.
They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
Shepard wakes up and talks about how he's not sure what he saw. Anderson tells you this doesn't look good. Nihilus dead, the beacon destroyed, and the Geth are invading. So Anderson will try to set up a meeting with the council to explain what happened. You can spend some time talking to the crew, otherwise go to Joker to dock with the Citadel. Here we meet Ambassador Udina yelling at the council.
I demand action! You don't get to make demands of the council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Now you get to explore the Citadel. There's lots of aliens to talk to. The Elcor are funny because they have no emotions, so they tell you how they are saying it before they do.
Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
The Volus are the short guys who sound like they need to take a deep breath every time they speak.
EarthClan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
There's the Hanar who always address themselves as this one.
This one only wishes to spread the truth to any who will listen. There is no intent to cause trouble.
There are plenty of side quests to do here, such as Shaira, where you go to talk to this Turian and tell him to stop saying bad things about her. Then he gives you another side quest to go talk to the Elcor. There's also this lady's sister who's working undercover. You try talking her out of it, but then run into an undercover Citadel security officer who tells you to meet you at CSEC. You can help him with getting evidence for an illegal arms producer, or talk to this Hanar and tell him to go away. Very exciting. Go to the Citadel Tower and you'll meet Garrus. He tried to find evidence for you on Saren, but was unsuccessful. So you go and try to convince the council, but it doesn't go so well.
The council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
Next you decide to follow up with Garrus. So you go and talk to a guy named Harkin, who first tells you about how Anderson almost became a Spectre, but Saren set him up, keeping him from becoming one. Harkin tells you Garrus is over in the med clinic. Of course, you can spend some time looking at strippers if you like. You head over and help Garrus save the doctor.
Who are you?
Let her go!
She tells you the men worked for a man named Fist. She helped a Quarian that was injured and needed help getting into contact with the Shadow Broker, a mysterious person who sells information to the highest bidder. She had information regarding Saren and the Geth. The doctor told her to go talk to Fist.
She must be able to link Saren to the Geth. There's no way the Council can ignore this.
Time we paid Fist a visit.
So you make your way back to Korra's den, but you need to fight your way to Fist. Fist says he lied to the Quarian about getting a meeting with the Shadow Broker.
Impossible. The Shadow Broker only works through his agents.
So you now quickly make your way to the Quarian. You save her life and take her back to Anderson and Udina. She tells everyone her name is Tali, and she plays a recording.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
You take this information to the Council, and they strip Saren of his Spectre status. The Asari Counselor recognizes the other voice, Lady Benezia. Now they discuss what to do. Udina wants them to send in a fleet after Saren, but the Council are worried this will start a war with the Terminus systems, so the Council decides to make Shepard a Spectre, and send him in after Saren. Anderson steps down from the Normandy so you can take over. You're tasked with investigating Benezia on the planet Noveria. There's also Geth activity on Feros. And finally, there's Benezia's daughter, Liara, who was last seen in the Tau cluster. Now you're off to do whatever you like. You do give a speech to the crew.
Humanity needs to do this. Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citadel space. Saren must be stopped. And I promise you all, we will stop him.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, sir.
So on the map, you'll see there isn't much to explore. I visited every star system and did every side quest there. Nothing really stood out to me. A few of them had some conversations for you to decide how it ended, but others were just a bunch of text for you to read. Battling the giant maw worm was fun for the first time, but not the third or fourth time. You go to the planet Therum and land with the Mako. This vehicle performs better in the remake, but does still have its moments. You take out some more Geth and eventually get out on foot. More Geth to fight, and then go into a mine. As you kill a few more Geth, you come across an Asari. She's trapped and needs your help. You activate a mining laser to get through and free Liara. As a side note, if you do this mission last, Liara will think you're not real, because she's been stuck there for so long.
Are you real? Oh no, don't be stupid, Liara. Humans do not come here, you're hallucinating. And talking to yourself. Oh goddess, I am going to die here.
You fight a Krogan and some Geth, and you narrowly escape from the collapsing mine. Asteroid X-57 is the Bringing Down the Sky DLC. It's where you can get the best armor in the game. It's a simple premise. There's an asteroid heading towards Terra Nova, a human colony with about 4 million people. You start off in the Mako and make your way to the first torch. Shepard goes and discovers Batarians are the ones responsible. You take them out and disable the first one. You learn there's a woman named Kate. The Batarian terrorists know about the torch going out. As you leave, you meet Simon. He tells you about the next torch has a minefield around it. He also mentions some of his crew are missing. If you wander around the surface, you'll find the 3 crew members. After disabling the next torch, Balak asks Kate who's shutting down the torches, but she doesn't say. So Balak executes someone, who later turns out to be her brother.
Find this problem and deal with it.
You make your way to the final torch and now you talk to Charn. You can fight him or talk him out of it.
Let's go. We're getting off this rock.
Finally make your way to the main base, and take out all the enemies in the room. You then talk to Balak, who explains his motivations. His race was exiled and forced to scavenge whatever they could. He also thinks humans colonized worlds and took resources that should have been theirs, so he feels killing the innocent is the only way to get what he wants. So now you have a choice. Fight and kill Balak, or let him go so you can disable the bombs and save Kate and the hostages. Obviously, as a Paragon, I chose to save the hostages. Simon thanks you and asks what you want as a reward.
I need that heavy armor.
Then you can talk to Kate.
Thank you, Commander Shepard. You're not exactly what I expected, but thank you.
I'll get out of your way. So long, Kate.
On to Noveria, a snow planet that's run by the Noveria Development Corporation. They lease out their labs for dangerous and controversial research that can't be done elsewhere. The people here are all about business and making sure shareholders are happy. Security is very strict.
Back away, nice and slow.
You talk to Gianna Parasini, who tells you Venezia did pass through here, but you need to talk to Administrator Analeus to get clearance to leave. You try talking to him, but he says no and won't help you. So as you leave, Gianna tells you to talk to a Turian named Lorik in the bar. You talk to him, and he says his office was closed because Analeus is investigating reports of corruption. Lorik says he has evidence of Analeus' actions, which will incriminate him.
Oh, and do try to keep bloodstains off the carpets, would you?
So you go and get the evidence from his office. You can convince 2 guards to leave, but you need to kill the rest of them. You find his evidence, and then this guard from earlier shows up and wants to kill you. So you fight them off and leave. Also, this guard got stuck, so I had to reload it. Gianna is waiting for you outside the elevator. She says to come talk to her in the bar. You find out she's working for Internal Affairs. She asks you to get Lorik to testify with his evidence. Now the choice is up to you. You can actually go and give the evidence to Analeus. Or something I didn't know was if you reveal Gianna is working for Internal Affairs, this happens.
I said I'm not losing this job!
Wow, I was not expecting that. So I made the good choice of convincing Lorik to testify, and so Analeus gets arrested, and Gianna says she owes me a beer.
See you around the galaxy, Commander. I owe you a beer.
You go to the garage and encounter some Geth. Then board the Mako and make your way through the snowstorm. Just watch your step.
Are you kidding me?
You make it to the research facility, but after taking out the Geth, you get this sense of uneasiness, wondering what happened here.
Why are the turrets facing the wrong way?
They want to keep their people in as much as they want to keep others out.
You run into these things called the Rachni. First you need to get the power back on, then board the tram station and come across some survivors. When you go down and talk to this Russian scientist, he talks about the company Binary Helix wanted to see if they can control an army of Rachni. However, that hasn't worked out, so you need to destroy them. So you go back upstairs, but Venezia orders the survivors to kill you. However, in my playthrough, I just went straight to this door and unlocked it. So I got to skip the Russian scientist and a few enemies. Now we get to Venezia. You first have to kill 3 waves of enemies, then talk to her one last time. Venezia is under Saren's control. She's able to fight him off, but she's been indoctrinated. But she does reveal Saren's flagship, Sovereign, is perhaps what was causing the indoctrination. She gives you the coordinates to the Mu Relive, which is where you need to go in order to find the conduit. But Venezia loses control again, so you need to put her down. Then talk to the Rachni Queen. You have the option of killing her or letting her go. She says she will remember you for doing this. Once I got back to my ship, you have a quick meeting with your crew, then talk to the Council. They of course don't like your choice of letting the Queen go. It is also funny to argue with them.
Found them and wiped them out. Do you take pleasure from committing genocide, Shepard?
Depends on the species, Turian.
Commander, you are addressing a member of the Council. You will show the proper respect.
Whoops, and we're out.
Then I spent time talking to each crew member. You learn more about their history and their personality. If you want a romance, you can choose Ashley or Liara, but you need to talk to them after each mission to get to know them more. You have a couple of lines that are flirty.
Would you kiss anyone I ordered you to?
That depends, sir. If you ordered me to kiss a superior officer, that would be a violation of the regs concerning fraternization.
On to Feros. Right off the bat, you fight some Geth. You get to the colony of Zeus Ho. They need your help driving the Geth back, so you go clear them out. You can also go further into the tunnels and clear out some Varen, turn on the water pipes, and find some power cells to help with rebuilding the colony. You can come back and turn in your quest, then talk to the leader Fiden. They aren't sure why the Geth are attacking them, but they said their base of operations is at the Exogeny headquarters. So you go and take the Mako and drive across the Skyway. You can stop and talk to these survivors if you want, or just keep driving. You get to the headquarters and run into a scientist named Lisbeth. She reveals the Geth might be after something called the Thorian. You investigate more into the facility when you hear,
"Stupid machine! Access encrypted file. No, I don't want to review protocol."
I am unable to comply. Please contact your supervisor.
Damn it! Tell me what I want or I'll blast your virtual ass into actual dust!
You talk to the hologram and it reveals to you the Thorian is located at Zoo's Hope, and it has some mind control abilities. Shepard tries to contact Joker, but it's being blocked by the Geth. Fight some more Geth and solve a small puzzle to destroy the ship.
Damn. I'd like to have seen the face on their pilot when that thing toppled.
Make your way back with Lisbeth and she'll hear her mom on the radio and want to stop. So you hop out and talk to the Exogeny survivors. The leader Jong says he has orders from Exogeny to purge the colony. Lisbeth and her mom Juliana want you to save them. So you have the option of killing off all the colonists or use your grenades to incapacitate the colonists. You just need to get by these things. They are very tanky, which makes it all the more hilarious when my explosive rounds send them flying around. The grenades, however, will one-shot everyone. You open the entrance to the Thorian, when Fiden shows up but is struggling to fight the Thorian's control.
I won't!
Make your way down and this is the Thorian. It spits out an Asari to talk to you. However, Shepard says to release the colonists, and the Thorian says no. So it's on. You run around weakening the nodes, keeping it suspended, and it eventually falls. An Asari is released and talks to you. She tells you what I already know. Saren had control of her and Benezia. Saren came to Feros and spoke to the Thorian to learn about the Cipher. The Cipher is basically to clarify the vision Shepard saw from the beacon. Unfortunately,
I saw something. It still didn't make any sense.
You get back to your ship and speak to your crew. Liara recommends doing what we just saw. She still doesn't know what it means because the Eden Prime beacon was damaged. Oh well, on to Virmire. After completing your second main mission, the Council will contact you about an infiltration team that was trying to gather intel on Saren. They tried sending out a message to the Council but only received static. They would like you to investigate and find out what happened to the team. You drop in with the Mako and take out lots of Geth. You disable the anti-air gun so the Normandy can land at the Solarian camp. You regroup and meet with their leader.
I'm Captain Kirahi, 3rd Infiltration Regiment STG.
He says he sent a message to the Council to send a fleet.
We are the reinforcements. What? You're all they sent?
The captain says this research facility is developing the cure for the genophage. It's a disease that makes the Krogan have 1 in 1,000 births successful. It sounds like Saren will be able to breed an army of Krogan. Of course, Rex doesn't want the facility destroyed because this cure will save his race from extinction.
If that cure leaves this planet, the Krogan will become unstoppable. We can't make the same mistake again.
We are not a mistake.
Your conversation with Rex will become very tense.
If you can't give me a better reason than this to destroy the hopes of my people, then I'm done with you.
None of your choices will change the outcome. Rex will die.
I don't think so, friend.
Except for a Paragon or Renegade dialogue choice.
Alright, Shepard. You've made your point. I don't like this. I trust you enough to follow your lead.
I did find out in my third playthrough, if you spent time getting to know Rex...
I've been loyal to you so far. Hell, you did more for me than my family ever did. But if I'm going to keep following you, I need to know we're doing it for the right reasons.
This dialogue changes so you don't have to use Paragon or Renegade.
Alright, Shepard.
You come back to the captain and he tells you the plan. They're gonna build a bomb from their ship. Then he goes and splits his team to attack the fortress from the front while you sneak in from the back. However, he needs you to give him command of one of your squad mates, Kaidan or Ashley. I chose Ashley because she's a badass. But while it doesn't matter, I pretend Kaidan knows more about arming bombs. The captain gives a speech to his men.
Our influence will stop Saren. In the battle today, we will hold the line.
Good luck, Commander.
Before you ask, no, this is not a stealth mission, despite the captain making it sound like one. As you make your way towards the base killing Geth, make sure you do 4 important side missions. If you forget just one of them, Captain Kirahi will die. So disrupt this comm tower, then destroy this satellite uplink, destroy this refueling station, and finally you have a choice of sending guards in the next room to go and fight Ashley and Kirahi, or leave them for you to take out.
Just disable the alarms. We can handle any guards inside.
You continue on and find captured Solarians who seem to have lost their minds. It would seem Saren was running indoctrination tests on them. I tried to let them go, but they just attacked me. Then later I run into an Asari named Rana who gives me access to Saren's private files. Inside is a beacon just like from Eden Prime. Shepard goes up to it and gets the visions again. As you go to leave, you end up talking to Sovereign. Turns out the ship is an actual Reaper. You don't learn much except the Reapers come every 50,000 years to destroy all the species that have reached the pinnacle of their evolution to extinction. Well, technically Talia told us, but this just confirms it. Then they go back into deep space. It's what they did to the Protheans and to the species before them.
Your words are as empty as your future. I am the vanguard of your destruction. This exchange is over.
You head over to the bomb site and begin setting up the bomb. However, Ashley says they're getting overrun. So you head over, but about halfway there, a guest ship lands at the bomb site. Kaidan says he's going to arm the bomb. You now have an important choice to make. Who are you going to save? I had chosen Ashley because I chose to have a romance with her. You get up to the tower and take out the Geth. Suddenly Saren arrives to stop you. You have a conversation with him. He explains the only way to survive against the Reapers is to join them. As a side note, if you talk to him with a Paragon or Renegade choice, this will make the final fight easier. But we'll get there in a bit. So no matter what you say here, Saren will still attack you. It's not much of a fight. More Geth arrive to fight, but you just keep shooting at them and Saren, then a cutscene will play. Saren gets away and the Normandy arrives to pick you all up. Well, almost everyone.
Alright everybody, hang on!
You and Ashley talk about Kaidan's death. What is cool is if you spent time getting to know Ashley, you get a bonus dialogue option to make the scene more emotional. Good job, devs. Making your choices and time spent matter, and make subtle changes like that. Liara interrupts saying she wants to do the vision thing again.
Incredible.
It's really annoying seeing it again so many times. I would recommend saving Liara last. That way you don't have to see this vision nearly as many times. Also, you will blow Liara's mind when you reveal everything to her.
Sovereign, the cipher, a Prothean beacon. I'm sorry, this is all a bit overwhelming. I never thought it would end like this. You show up and tell me all the answers just fell into your lap. It isn't fair. All those years wasted.
She now understands the vision and that the conduit is on the planet Ilos. You talk to the council, but they're still not convinced the Reapers are real. When you go to the map this time, Joker says,
Ambassador Udina wants us to report back to the Citadel. The Council's massing a joint species fleet to deal with Saren and his Geth.
I knew they'd come around. Back to the Citadel, Joker. I want the Normandy at the head of that fleet.
Yes, sir.
So we head back to the Citadel and talk to the Council and Udina. The Citadel have mobilized their fleet to prepare for an invasion from Saren and the Geth. Even though Shepard tries to tell them he needs to go to Ilos to stop Saren, they tell him they don't need him anymore and have locked down the Normandy.
You bastard! You're selling us out!
If you were pursuing a romance, then you get this scene with them.
Sorry to interrupt, Commander. Got a message from Captain Anderson.
What did he want?
Only said to meet him in that club in the wards. Flux.
Head over to Flux and talk to Anderson. Oh yeah, the elevator has some dialogue between squad mates, as well as a reporter talking about your actions throughout the galaxy. You can talk to this reporter, but it's not very interesting, except for this renegade option. You meet up with Anderson and he tells you it's not over. You need to get to Ilos. So Anderson hatches a plan. He will figure out how to unlock the Normandy, but you need to be ready to leave once it happens. You decide how Anderson will unlock the Normandy, either through a console in Citadel Control Center, or go to Udina's office and lift the lockdown. I chose Udina.
I didn't send...
Get us out of here, Joker. Now!
Feel free to do any side quests that are left. When you're ready, go to Ilos. On your way over, Ashley comes to my quarters for some love-making. You have a quick briefing. Joker locks in on Saren's location, and Shepard wants to drop in with the Mako on him. However, Navigator Presley says there is no drop zone close to where Saren is. Everyone builds up tension by saying we have to try, and others say it's too dangerous. Then Joker says he can do it. And somehow he drops us in perfectly. Unfortunately, Saren gets inside and seals the door, so you need to explore and find the controls to open it. Kill some Geth and find the control panel. However, a message plays that only you can make pieces out of. Your squad mates have no idea what it's saying, but it sounds like a message from the Protheans, a warning about the invasion by the Reapers. You make your way back and use the Mako to try and catch up to Saren, but you run into what seems like a trap. You go and talk to a hologram named Vigil. He explains the Citadel is actually an enormous mass relay, and it will be able to bring the rest of the Reapers from dark space to repeat the cycle. He does talk more about what happened to the Protheans during the Reaper invasion. They were just about completely wiped out. They did try to use this facility and cryogenically freeze as many people as they could. However, as time went on, Vigil had to conserve power and shut down most of the pods. A few Protheans did awaken, but not enough to repopulate their species. They did manage to learn how to take control of the Citadel, and that is what Vigil gives you, a master control unit. This will give Shepard temporary control of the Citadel and stop Sovereign's plans.
There, huh? It's incredible.
We don't have time to admire the view. We have to get through that relay, and these Geth aren't gonna make it easy on us.
So the Geth and Sovereign begin their attack. The Citadel fleet evacuates the Council onto the Ascension. Meanwhile, Saren used the mass relay to sneak onto the Citadel. You quickly make a rush for the mass relay. You take out a few husks and board the elevator. Saren gets to the main controls and begins closing the Citadel arms. As they are closing, Sovereign blows right by and gets inside. The elevator stops, which means Shepard shoots his way outside and continues on. You fight more Geth and a few Krogan. You do have this Geth ship that will constantly spawn units until you activate these turrets to destroy it. Not much else to say, the shooting is pretty straightforward. Remember, this is on the hardest difficulty and I'm breezing through it without much effort. Anyway, you get inside and fight some more Geth before finally getting to Saren. He throws one grenade, knocking out your allies, and begins talking to you.
You've lost. You know that, don't you? In a few minutes, Sovereign will have full control of all the Citadel systems. The relay will open. The Reapers will return.
He again believes the only way to survive is joining the Reapers. However, if you chose a Paragon or Renegade option from Virmire, he will mention he couldn't stop thinking about what you said. This gets to him, and he will begin to fight off Sovereign's indoctrination.
Maybe you're right. Maybe there is still a chance for...
If you keep choosing Paragon or Renegade, Saren will then shoot himself.
Goodbye, Shepard. Thank you.
If you didn't, then it's another boss fight, and after you kill him, he falls off and gets impaled by glass. Shepard takes control of the Citadel and open up a comm channel. You hear the Ascension is in trouble and is close to being destroyed. Joker contacts you and says he's with the human fleet. He asks you if they should hold off and wait for you to open the arms and attack Sovereign, or sacrifice some human lives to save the Council. It's your choice, but of course, being a Paragon, told them to rescue the Council. Then the fleet goes and begins attacking Sovereign. Meanwhile, Shepard has his squad mates make sure Saren is dead.
He's dead.
However, Sovereign uses red electricity to assume direct control of Saren's body. So here it is, the final fight. As you are fighting him, a cutscene will play showing the battle isn't going well.
Sovereign's too strong! We have to pull back!
Negative. This is our only chance. Take that monster down no matter what the cost.
You continue with the fight, which is for the most part easy. Some Geth do show up, but they're easy to fight. As for Saren's body, it behaves like those fast jumping Geth, but he shoots more rockets at you sometimes. Eventually he falls, which causes Sovereign to also fall. Joker lands a critical hit which blows up Sovereign, except a piece of him flies over to where Shepard is.
Captain Anderson, we found them! They're in here!
Take it easy. It's over. You're safe now. Where's the commander?
That was awesome. I had to show you that because it gives me goosebumps every time. It's not only a fantastic score, but also a moment where I genuinely thought Shepard died. If you didn't save the Council, then Shepard, Anderson, and Udina discuss what they are going to do now. Since there's no leadership, Udina believes humanity now has the opportunity to take control.
The other races will have to follow our lead. We need to take control. It's time for humanity to rise up and seize its destiny.
If you save the Council, then you have a special meeting with them, along with Anderson and Udina. They are eternally grateful and decided to add a human to the Council. You get to decide if Anderson or Udina gets the job. I of course picked Anderson.
Him? You must be joking. Anderson prefers to let his fists do the talking.
Only with you, Ambassador. Only with you.
The Council feels it's over, but Shepard doesn't think so.
Sovereign was only a vanguard. The Reaper fleet is still coming. Hundreds of ships, maybe thousands. And I'm gonna find some way to stop them.
Shepard's right. Humanity is ready to do its part. United with the rest of the Council, we have the strength to overcome any challenge. When the Reapers come, we must stand side by side. We must fight against them as one. And together, we will drive them back into dark space.
In conclusion, Mass Effect 1 is still a fantastic game. Despite the combat being simple to play, it's the universe BioWare built that keeps you playing and wanting to discover more. There's also the choices that you make that change how people respond to you. I know in the long run it doesn't really matter much. The story is still on a linear path. You are mainly deciding if you should walk around a wall to the left or the right, so to speak. If you aren't sure about buying the Legendary Edition for $60, just know you are getting Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, as well as all the downloadable content. Also, be aware there is no multiplayer, so you need to buy Mass Effect 3 on Origin if you want to experience that, which is also a fun experience and I do recommend. Well, it should be no surprise what next month's video will be.
Decided to go out of range. Come on!
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit that like button and subscribe to help grow my channel. I always plan on releasing at least one video per month. As usual, shoutouts to Traveling Calligrapher, Life Live Candidly, and The Speakeasy. Check them out, links are in the description. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.
I mean, it's better. Hey, there's no shame, Garrus. There's no shame in that armor.